Hello everyone, welcome back to the show and Happy New Year. Hey Nikki, how are you?
I'm fine, Jay. How are you?
Good, you glad to be back?
I am glad to be back. Are you?
I am.
Great.
How's
great
your New
stuff.
Year so far?
My New Year's was good. A little uneventful until the date struck me. You know, 1/1/11 was the date of the New Year's.
True.
And I was thinking, number one signifies a beginning. So it's a new year, it's a new decade, and it's a new beginning for Talk Time Africa. So for us here, it's a new season, and I'm glad to be here. And I'm thankful to God also that I'm doing the show with you.
Oh, make me feel special.
Yeah. How was your New Year's?
It was great, had a vacation, had time with the kids. Go back to work and guess what? You tell yourself, I need a vacation from my vacation.
Right.
But you've got to be careful what you ask for
You
because
have to.
sometimes you bring it out and it seems like God has a sense of humor.
He
Because
listens.
guess what? He gave us another vacation.
We had one extra week.
A whole week.
The snow snowed us in.
Cabin fever. But back to the show. In the new year, people all over the world come up with resolutions to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And then days, weeks, months into the year, they dump it. And a couple of the reasons that I could come up with was maybe because one, their resolutions are impractical. Can you come up with any others?
Second one, probably because there's no step-by-step guidelines or day-to-day help with the resolutions, and so it's very difficult to stay with it.
True. And that's why my New Year's resolution is very practical and it's got its day-to-day guide.
Okay, what is it, Jay?
It is to read the Bible in a
Ooh.
year.
She's going spiritual.
I am. I need to read that Bible and I've got my daily guide, so I think I'll be able to keep up with that.
Now you make me look bad.
I'm sorry. Didn't intend to do that.
So today on the show we have a life and business coach, a speaker, and soon-to-be author to help us on that journey to becoming healthy, wealthy, and wise. Nina Ijere has been on an incredible journey herself, battling weight issues and financial difficulties. She will take us through some of the strategies she used to lose over 40 pounds and to become financially independent. Welcome to the show, Nina.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jay.
You look absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
How did you do that? How did you lose the weight?
Wow. It's amazing that you asked because it all started with a decision that I made. And at some point, you just see the weight just adding on and you really don't know that it's on there. And I think I was watching Oprah's show. And I saw a lady that was almost 400 pounds. And I was wondering, how would you let yourself be 400 pounds?
Wow.
And it occurred to me that I had just weighed myself in the morning and I was just about to be 200 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
I said, just like that, 1 pound at a time. You know what? We're not hitting 200. And that's how I got to work with doing research and starting to commit to being dedicated to getting fit and being healthy.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So it was that easy for you then?
I would not say it was easy, not at all. Actually, it takes a lot of motivation.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to be successful with my business. And in the process of trying to position myself in the business world, I realized that getting fit, getting healthy takes the same motivation, dedication. It takes the same commitment that it takes to get fit to also be successful in business. So while I was packaging my business and packaging myself, I said, you know what, let me get to work with these things that I can do right now as far as losing weight. So I had to get a target. I had to know what is my why and what is my reason. And I got to work to doing the research, and it's amazing what happened. 40 pounds and lighter.
Okay.
I feel good.
You look good.
Thank you.
Let's take you back a little bit because we'd like to know your background, where you're from, where you were born.
Yes.
Give us a little bit.
I am Nigerian. I love being a Nigerian, and I have a very supportive family, and I love them so much, and they are rooting for me in all the way.
Wonderful.
So then you grew up in Nigeria?
I did grow up in Nigeria, and love the solid background and culture and values, that my mom and my parents were able to instill in me, and it's helped me to become the person that I am today.
Okay.
A lot of times I look back and I thank God for my childhood. I had a very great childhood and a very strong mom, strong-willed, I must say.
Are you an only child?
No, you know what? I wish wish I was. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm an only daughter,
Okay.
you know, so I have 3 brothers. So,
wow.
yeah, I feel good now. Growing up, it wasn't all that, you know.
Wow.
There used to be like boys one side, girls one side. I'm the only girls.
So they didn't take you through the rough and tumble?
They did.
They
so
did,
girls
good.
one side.
Okay.
What's surprising is you're not a tomboy.
I worked on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I see everything that you want to do in life. You can achieve. You know, that's what I say. So at some point when I started a business, I realized some things had to go. So I didn't have skirts in my closet before, so I had to, you know, get to work and learn how to be a lady, and it's been a wonderful journey.
Wow. I feel the positiveness. You know, you're so full of energy and you're so positive.
Thank you.
You know, something had to start that.
You know, meeting people, associating with the right people, your circle of influence is really, really very important. I started a business as a sales director with Mary Kay. I actually started as a beauty consultant with Mary Kay Cosmetics. You know, when I finished my undergrad, I used to work for a telecommunication company, and at some point I just decided life had to be more than it is right now. You know, I needed a change. You know, went back to school, got my master's, and in the process of doing that, I realized in the book, I was actually looking at different careers and how much they get paid. And moved here originally to become a medical doctor. You know how our parents are. You know, growing up, you be doctor, you be nurse, you be
lawyer.
You know, exactly that too. And then I asked myself, is that what you really want to be, or is that what your mom wants you to be? You know, in the process of doing that, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna live a different life. You know, and do what I love to do. And then I started asking myself, what is it that you love to do, right? So in the process of me starting up my business, I had an opportunity to be trained by the best of the best, you know, and the company invited a lot of leaders, you know, to come out and train us, and I learned how to think differently. It's not like I was not going that way, because I remember when I used to work in corporate America, all we did was talk about some of our supervisors and our managers. That's not positive. That's not positive energy.
Right.
So I had to learn to come out of that box. You know, it's better to be positive than to be negative. So I acted it, and I became that.
You act it, you become it.
Right.
Yes, you do. You do.
Amazing.
So, to take you back to corporate America, before you started your own business, how long were you in corporate America for?
I would say 5 years, about 5.5 years.
It's a long time.
Yes, it is. It is. I was thinking it's a short time, but hey, it's a long time. I like long.
I mean, the reason why I say it's a long time is because you actually retired
Yes.
from corporate America. So, I mean,
Totally.
yeah, so that's a good thing.
Yes, yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, I enjoyed my experience in corporate America. It's actually helped also, you know, life is a journey, you know, and the key thing is always to pay attention to where you are and learn the lessons where you are.
Right.
You know, actually this morning while I was just thinking about, you know, how far I've come. And I realized that sometimes you want to pay attention even when you're in the valley, you know, because there's some lessons that you learn in the valley that position you for celebration and sustenance when you get to the top. So I'm saying that to say my journey through corporate America, I would not give that for anything. You know, I learned the American culture, having moved from Nigeria, worked on my accent, you know,
Yes.
you know, because I used to remember recording myself. You know, I worked customer service, and you can imagine a customer calling and saying, "Can you get someone who speaks English?" I think
Oh
I'm
my
speaking English right now,
goodness.
you know. But
got
you know,
to be kidding.
I'm telling you. So, but you know, at the end of the day, you realize I'm getting paid, right? And because I'm getting paid, I have to do this job to get paid. And what I started to do was went and bought a recorder from a store, and I would record myself, read back to myself. When I leave voicemails to people, I listen back to it because I want to hear how I sound. You know, and it's amazing how it helped me to work on my voice level, my tone, my, you know, all of that. And I think I speak a lot better now.
We like how you sound.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But it's been an awesome journey. The friends that I made at Verizon Wireless, not only that, the company did pay my tuition. So that's huge. That's amazing. All the way up to my master's level.
That's
so
positive.
Yes, very, very, absolutely. I'm very thankful. Very, very
Yeah,
thankful.
I'm a firm believer on every step we take in this journey leads us to a better place.
Absolutely.
So you're on the
Absolutely.
right track.
Thank
It's
you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
So Nina, I see before me a young, strong woman, and I know Mom did a great job. But where do you get all that positive energy from? Who encourages Nina?
You know, that's a very important question for me. And the reason why I say that is that your circle of influence does matter a whole lot. And I say in the process of me becoming who I am today, I have come across a lot of strong people, especially in the world of business that I started with as a Mary Kay consultant. Nora Sharif has been a huge mentor, and I always realized that in order for you to get somewhere, you have got to make sure that you reach up, okay? And you have got to make sure that you are talking to someone who you would love to trade places with. It's amazing how sometimes, I'm in a world of business, and you're not being condescending when you talk to somebody else who you feel is where you want to be, right? I'm not going to talk to someone who has never done business and ask them, what do you think about me making a $500,000 investment? They're going to look at you like, are you something wrong with you? But see, that's what I'm talking about. And I've had a lot of other mentors. Jeff Hopek, he's my internet marketing strategist, and he's also my business coach. He's doing an awesome job. I also have Ali Brown. She's in the field of what I do, empowering people to be successful in business, and she also does speaking engagements and workshops, and that's very close to what I do. So you go around and you look for people who are in the field, and it's a careful research. I tell people in the process of building your business, you just don't want to take on anything, just like you just don't want to marry because you want to marry.
Right.
It's a relationship. It's a business relationship. So you want to make sure that you're reaching out, and talking to someone who you would love to trade places with.
That's beautiful.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers would like to know some of those strategies, the business strategies that you use that could help them if they were looking into doing the same thing.
I would say the first key thing in starting off a business, because that's the other thing I do business coaching. I've had a chance to work with a lot of wonderful people, and the beautiful thing, the events that I do annually, the Bloom event, that's how the name came about, Bloom. Watching someone go from to, oh my goodness, how did that happen? But it's the power of belief. If you can just find someone who can believe in you enough and help them to create a plan of action, because you have been through the path and you're helping them to not make the same mistakes that you made. So one of the things that I would say in strategizing is to make sure that you decide, do I want to be a business person? First of all, in making that decision, because your why is what's going to sustain you, right? I've had a chance to work with I'm working with a lady right now in helping her to strategize to position her business. And it's amazing how we've been able to dig deep in and find out exactly why she hadn't attained all this while. And one of the reasons being, I could not even believe that she said that, but that's the reality of the fact. One of the reasons being, she said she never believed enough in herself. See, that could hold you back. So in making a decision that you want to do a business, you want to make sure that it's something that you want to do. Is it your passion?
Right.
How passionate are you about this?